That's my guy. Morning motivation time. I wake up in the morning, I see my friends on the commercials, and I start the show. Look at them all go. Everybody's in on this one. This one's got the ATV. That's what I need. That one's in here too. Boom! Oh, almost! Almost, brother. Almost got the knuckles. Look at them. And this is the morning marijuana motivation. I'm Saints Addiction. Every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive, and today is no different. The boys from Mallorca are in the hood, up to no good. And soon I will have an ATV with my friends. Morning. And this is how we get started. We're going to do some creation over destruction because we're always creating our lives and making them into a reality that we want to see. Isn't that right, Mama? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So let these guys get in here. Yeah, bro. You know, I want one of these. I need 4 wheels. I need 4 wheels, not 2. Yeah, after this, bro. That's why I don't ride. I'm not comfortable on the 2 wheels, but yeah, bro. I need 4 wheels, bro. ATV. Are you guys getting tattoos or what? Waking up in the morning. Let's see if we got any morning motivation. And my homie, he's alive. Smells like Finland in here. Yeah, that's my boy. This is what it looks like when you're passed out and everybody's just waking up. I'm gonna roll my morning joint. We're gonna get this thing started because I'm gonna talk about creation after last night. I didn't have to destroy myself. I can wake up without a hangover. I can see my friends when I start my show. I don't have any regrets this morning. I got to hit on an English chick. She was like, "You got a lovely beard." And I was like, I can't even tell I got a beard, right? Like there's hair on your head. You can't even tell you got hair on your head until you start thinking about it or talking about it. And then all of a sudden, she was like, right? And she's like, okay, I'll see you later, trying to get a feel, cop a feel. And I said, you can't be copping a feel without me grabbing a titty. And I grabbed her titty and she was like, that felt good. She said, do it again. And I was like, all right, let's go, bro. She didn't come back. But my point of this being is like, there's plenty of people out there that are just destroying themselves, right? They're just eating themselves up. It was a good night. Shout out to Wachura. Mr. X Bar himself had a happy birthday. Great barbecue. Come to X Bar, everybody had fun. The tough part is when the people stop having fun. The tough part is when the fun stops and the music stops, and then all of a sudden you got to wake up and you got to be yourself. You got to be back to the city. You got to be back to the grind. There's no more beaches. There's no more rhythm. There's no more rhyme. And this is where I wanted to meet people this morning. Motivation is to get their head wrapped up in a world where things don't always go as smoothly as we want them to, and the worst part about that is that usually it's because of ourselves. It's not because of anyone else. There's no one else to blame. This isn't a blame game. Blame is for children. This is people that take accountability, that look at their actions and go, that's my responsibility. This is why my life is in this condition right now, because I act this way. And in my actions, I have responsibilities that are either constructing me or deconstructing me. Like literally, either I'm building myself up or I'm just gratifying myself down. And I had to say that because there's only like a couple choices there. Do I go for the stuff that grows me, or do I go after gratification and try to fulfill myself through other things? You're going to figure it out, regardless if you wanted to or not. Your results will be literally determined by your actions. And I just had a reliable model become unreliable. And she was just like, I can't give up control over my brand. And I was like, your brand is losing money. Like, it's not making any money and you're worried about it. This is your own self-destruction. Like, you got no one else to blame but yourself. And the only reason you're not making any money is because you won't let go of control. How many people do you know that can't get out of their own way? How many people you know that make up their own mind, and in that they destroy their opportunities? Instead of creating things with all this awesome energy that we have in our lives, we start destroying things. The other girl that met me at the bar, she wasn't really that much fun. She was just kind of doing her own thing, standing off to the side, and I tried to ask her questions. She'd give one-word answers, and she was barely smiling until she grabbed the dog, and I was just like, what's your deal? Like, I can't figure her out. Like, I can't figure out what some of the deal is for some of these people. You know, you're going to have to figure out what is their motive operandi. What makes them move, bro? Right? Let's have this conversation, the moving conversation. How do you get yourself to move away from the feelings that you're having right now, the actions that you're taking right now, and get yourself in a mindset where you're like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. You know, I'm not responding that way anymore. I'm not going to go to that same well to get the same type of water. I might actually have to switch up. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that were just like, if I have to go to this well one more time, oh man, I'm spilling it. Come on. If I have to go to this well one more time, the same well every day, going to carry that water that we call the day, you know, you're going to be like, I'm going insane. I need to give myself more healthy outlets. I got to give myself something I'm proud of in the morning, because the girl I was looking for, she ended up leaving, and I didn't even notice this, but she was there at the bar that I was calling her for. I was like, hey, come down the bar. She's like, hey. She didn't even come up and say hi, bro. There's a lot of messaging between the messages. You know, people really wanted to see you, they'd be like, touch that titty again. You know, for the other people, I'm so sorry. The little Thai girl that was like supposed to model for me last minute, I went and grabbed the fucking shirt, and then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't come, and can't, and sorry started coming out of her mouth. And I was just like, there goes your opportunity. You're always going to be the type of person that's going to go, I'm sorry, I can't. And then the world won't say sorry back. It just like slowly let your opportunity disappear. Does that make sense? It's not sudden. Like, that's what's so subtle about addiction. It's not like you're like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck up my day. Said no one ever. More like, I'm in so much pain, I don't want to feel this way. I'm gonna go repeat this same behavior back to the same well and hope that it changes something. And that's why we're having this conversation this morning, because it's like, nothing changes if nothing changes. If your attitude is always going to be the same, if you can't switch the perspective in your brain, then that's the results you're going to get. No doubt about it. In my mind, input equals output, and that's what we do. We go back to the same scenarios that got us there, and we're wondering, like, how did I get here? You know, do you ever wake up in the morning and go, how did this girl get in the bed? Or how did I get these results? Or why is this happening to me? You know, not then, why? You're going to find out pretty quickly, bro. You're going to find out real quick that you made that decision. It was subtle. It felt like you just wanted to hang out with your friends. What the one guy say? He said, I just wanted to listen to some Bob Marley by the pool and drink a couple cold ones. Little did I know that those cold ones, my buddy's about to do a tattoo. Little did I know that those cold ones were going to turn into drunk driving, hitting someone by accident. You know, like, nobody goes and prepares for that day. Like, I'm sure right before somebody murders somebody, they just wanted to talk to their boyfriend or something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want the reality and the repercussions of your situation, because everybody else seems so put together. They look like they're having fun, they're drinking, they're getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's stopping them. I even had my one friend show up, love his magic, but he was on cocaine and he was running around like his eyes were like saucer big, you know what I'm saying? And this other guy goes, you know what I mean, bro? You know what I mean? I couldn't understand him. It was so hard to talk to him, and he was from Spain, Barcelona. We kept calling him Barcelona because his eyes were bigger than saucers. You know, he was doing one of those Pan Labyrinth, like, you want to do blow with me? And I'm literally showing my Saints Addiction shorts, like, bro, I haven't done that shit in 15 years. Well, how about now? You know, I'll do a bump with you. You want to go in the bathroom with me? And it was another lonely soul that was looking for friends but couldn't find them. And even when I was trying to talk to him with the nerdy weird girl, she couldn't even understand him. So, you know, it's hard to find what you're really motivated for, right? You know, you're literally making multiple decisions that maybe your only motivation is to have a morning coffee, right? Like, that's what happens sometimes out in this real world, is that we have these subtle feelings, right? That says, I would feel better if, you know what I mean? I would feel 10 times better if this had happened, right? You know, if I had, if I had more coffee in the morning, or more sex in the morning. And we, as slick mammals on this planet, we start to seek these things, right? We seek it out, just like the monkeys in the morning. They're like, yo, it's time to go get some mangoes. Let's go climb some trees so we can achieve that feeling, so we can reach some of these higher fruits. And that's what ends up happening, you know what I mean? That's when we go into our world and we go, okay, I'm chasing up trees that don't belong to me. You know, how many people you know, they look like they're so badass and so cool, but they're on cocaine? And you're just like, oh, that's that fake energy. Have you ever met somebody that just had so much more energy than you, but they were on methamphetamines? Have you ever met somebody that was just completely gone gonzo and they look like they're getting ahead of you, like the tortoise and the hare? And you're just like, man, I wish I had that kind of confidence. I wish I had that kind of bravery. And that's all that is liquid courage, because as soon as it go away, now you got whiskey dick, coke dick. Now you can't say shit. Like we look at someone and make the assumption that they got their shit together, but it's your creation in yourself that you got to worry about. It's not worried about what energy level they have or what they're doing or how they achieve their energy. Your dream or your ability to say, you know, hey, I want to fucking feel differently, right? Like, I'm only worried about me, my energy, and how do I walk into the club with confidence, or how do I talk to the girl and feel normal, and how do I do things that make me feel scared. I kept watching videos of Mike Tyson and said, every man's scared, but not every man turns that into a creation. Not every man turns that into a desire. They get scared, it shuts them down, and then they do nothing. And that's what I don't want people to do. I want them to be able to take action. Men of action, let's go, the whole crew, get something going, because that's what's going to define you. That's going to be like, okay, sure, it scared you, right? And it's supposed to. Life's supposed to scare you. It's supposed to let you know where the threats are and where the opportunities are and where the excitement is. There's going to be something like grabbing a titty all of a sudden, and the girl's like, grab it again. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I wasn't expecting that. You know, I wasn't expecting that at all. But all of a sudden, you don't know what to expect. And that's what I was just watching with like John Cena and him talking about with the time that he was choosing to sleep out of his car out of Gold's Gym. His daddy was like, come home. The couch is waiting for you. You know, do the same, get another shitty ass nondescript job to make money at home, and I'll just take care of you. Daddy's got this. And he was like, nah, man, I want to work out at the gym. I'll never get to meet The Rock. I'll never get to meet some of the greatest bodybuilders of the 2000s. I'll never get to shake hands and kiss babies with all these cool, super cool people if I capitulate and give up on my dream. If I'm worried about what other people think about my belly or me sleeping out of a car or then I will forever be steered by someone else's opinion instead of my own perspective. And he said that was the perspective. I was willing to pay the price and sleep in the parking lot so I could have time to be out in the jungle and live in my apartment. And I thought, man, I was living off of a couch in Finland for 6 months. You know, I'm trying to spend another 6 months here in Thailand. You know, did somebody gaffle my lighter? Always the lighter. I had 2 lighters before the party started, and now no lighters. You ever felt that way? Yeah, I'm sure you have. But that's what it is. It's our desire. Do we desire to let the forces that are inside of us come out of us and create us? Or do we let those forces reconnecting? Now we're live again. Lost the connection just by looking for my morning motivation, and it was all the same. Looking for my morning motivation, and it was all the same to you. It was the same lighter I had from before. Let me see. I'm back here in the kitchen. Let's see if we can. No. I need another lighter. Jing jing. Just fit in it whenever I have it. Okay, mama. Good job, suit yard. Okay, Nan. You bring back the lighter? I have to buy another lighter.
You buy now today?
Yeah, I buy it now. Right now, I'll get you one. Yep, sit back. They took 2 of mine last night. 2 song. And let me go get her money because she'll freak out, and I gotta go buy another lighter. 10 baht. It's like 25 cents or something. But you know, creation, destruction, situation be happening so fucking fast. You might not even get a chance to really process it. You'll just be like, oh, sometimes do you wake up in a scenario and you're just like, oh shit, my clothes are off. Oh shit, I'm drunk again. Or oh shit, I'm in the same position that I was before. That's really gonna get you. You know what I mean? That's really what's gonna get you in your life, in your head, in your mind, to be able to say, you know, I'm determining where my thoughts go. I'm determining what I do with my energy, and I'm like, goddamned if I'm not gonna make my energy. Look at my French girl with her new French boyfriend. Gwen's over there having the shakes with him in the morning, speaking the French, smoking the cigarette. So, yeah, see, the island provides, the island abides, and then I get to pay for mine and do all my other things too. Come. Thank you. That's my Thai mom. That woman taught me how to speak Thai. Like, she makes sure she put that money back in. And then there's Gwenlet with her new boyfriend she met on Tinder, and it's working out for her. Everybody's going, oh, he's tall, he's handsome, he's got tattoos and shit too. So yeah, morning motivation, baby. So, you know, I see people, I try to tell them how I adjusted myself in my life, right? Like, I had to make my life my own reality. And yeah, sometimes I live in the biggity back between the two spaces. And, you know, sometimes I'm living on the couch and there's not enough space. And sometimes, you know, life hasn't exactly been that friendly to me. You know, my cousin just got murdered in New Orleans and became a statistic. What I am saying, though, is a healthy perspective will change everything. I'm just like, I got to do something with this energy. I can't just let it destroy me. And then I'm just going to go on a bender for 2 weeks and just like let it hurt me. I don't want to hurt alone. I want to hurt the world back, bro. I want to hurt them back by like not hurting people, right? That's not what I'm saying, but I want to get some back, you know, put some points back on the board my damn self. Everybody gets a chance to be on offense and defense. Okay, so now that I'm feeling defensive, let me go on the offense and do look good. They just flew out this morning. I'm going to miss them, and they made me look so good, and I got some photos with all of them. So now I got a carousel rack to show people modeling for me, and they're like, I'm no model block. Okay, that's your perspective. Keep blocking people that have a lot of connections. Keep blocking yourself from your ambitions and the thing that you said you wanted to do. That one thing you said you wanted to do, and people keep asking, you lived here 15 years, you're living the life, bro. You're living the dream. And I'm like, okay, come live the dream with me, because sometimes it's homeless. You know? Sometimes I'd rather live out of my car than to hear my mom's mouth. And sometimes my mom is sending me $150 like she did today and help me pay my rent, or pay my phone bill. There's so many things that we all have inside of us, and I just wish people to direct that flow and that traffic and that much energy like a wave into something constructive. Don't just let it crash up against the shore. Maybe put some electricity to it, you know? These ebb and flows the situation. I'm still getting over this cold, but guess what? I'm gonna do something with my life, you know? And I look back and I'm like, man, I got all these designs. I talk to these beautiful women, cool characters, people from around the world, and it's made my life, you know, where I decided where I can go on the planet. I was so high outside of the party at X Bar last night. I sat there and I go, you know, no one was talking to me. The weird girl wasn't talking to me, and my friends were just smoking joints to themselves. And I thought to myself, I can go anywhere I want in the world. That's a crazy feeling. You know, like I could make it. The coast of Peru, when I had the whole coast of Lima right in front of me, you know, or maybe I just wake up on a couch in Finland. Who knows? Or how about the times I was sleeping underneath the pool tables in Turkey? I don't know. But it was all part of the plan, man. It was only making me stronger. And that's why I was telling my mom, I will survive. I'm not like my cousin where I will let depression buckle me and I will go back to alcoholism and I'll go get murdered. No, I'm out here meeting influential people like you saw this morning, going after my things and staying sober so that way I can wake up the next day and do it again. Bless up, join Weed Club. So I'm no longer allowing life to threaten me. No ma'am, no sir. I'm threatening life and say, before I die, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something with my energy. I'm going to create my samurai shorts, and I'm going to talk to beautiful models and pop bottles. You know, I thought that my happiness would be, you know, what was it, cocaine models and shit, you know, snorting lines, popping bottles and fucking models, right? Now I still get to fuck models, but now they model for me. Now at least I have some pictures after it instead of an empty wallet. Try that perspective. And now I actually do something with my energy. Instead of letting it sit me down and sedate me, I go, okay, let's go make another shirt. Let's sell some more shirts. Let's do some logos. You know, let's play some frisbee. Let's meet some new friends. My friend's still on his way right now. My buddy Corey, I've known him for 15 years. He's on his way. Get myself some frisbee buddies. Get myself more exercise. Make myself walk all the way down the beach and back. My mom said, take a walk for me, and I did. I took a walk and I'm like, I'm here. My toes are in the sand. Whether I'm rich or not, whether my phone's on or not, I am alive. And that's better than anything. Better than being in the hospital, better than being murdered, better than being depressed. And in that I won. I don't give myself enough credit because I did sleep underneath the gym. I did sleep out of the car. I did sleep on the couch. And I still made it. I made it around the world, man. 3 going on 4 times. Something I didn't do until I was 30. Some of these girls are 21, 22 years old and they're traveling the world. I was just like, man, I wish I started earlier. But guess what? I've done this for 15 years and it went by that fucking fast. I remember bleeding on my ass and I was just like, this sucks. I hate this island. And next thing I know, I'm like part of the island. I'm part of the community. It was all a bunch of locals sitting around having conversations about past seasons and all this. And I was just like, that's what it is. I created my own life. I said I wanted to be here. Every eye sees it. And now I'm high during the high season. Like, how do you not beat that? I'm losing the weight. I'm feeling great. I'm talking to beautiful women. They're wearing my shirts. I'm getting photo shoots done. They're thanking me. They think we look cute together. And I just keep making my own reality. I'm grateful that I wake up in the morning, no hangover. You know, I'm not mad at myself. I'm not regretting anything. Nothing has damaged me. I didn't allow it to, you know. And even if the girl didn't come back to the bar, I still got to enjoy my friends and still stay out of trouble and not wake up the next morning like, oh, I'm on a Coke bender. My friends were looking for Coke. And I'm like, I don't do that shit, bro. I'm not interested in doing that shit. I'm interested in seeing the next day. I'm interested in what I can create, you know. What will the next 24 hours bring? And that's what John Cena was saying to what's his name? Joe. What's his name? Joe Rogan. He's on Joe Rogan. He's like, bro, I was sleeping in the parking lot, but I didn't know The Rock was going to come in the next day. And this is when he was red hot, selling out all the stadiums. And I got to meet him. That's me in the background. You know, I would have never got to meet him. I kept saying, I got to get back to Vegas. I got to meet Mark Echo. I got to get this shirt in his hand. And I met him. And then I was like, after I met him and he signed a book for me, I'm like, I got to get a shirt in his hand. And that was the second goal achieved. And then I just love that these goals that seem like fantasies become reality. And pretty soon it's just like, wow, I shaped my life. And all I had to do was quit Coke. All I had to do was quit drinking. And so many people are like, are you drinking? Are you drinking? Are you drinking? I'm like, no, I don't drink. Everybody knows all I do is smoke weed. And the lady was being obnoxious, you know. She was like, tell where you're from. And I said, a little small town in the middle of the desert you probably never heard of. What's the name of it? Las Vegas? Oh, yeah, never heard of it. Joke, joke, joke. And then she said, please don't tell this joke again. And I said, you're a ball buster, bro. You stole my fucking punchline. You're killing the joke. You're a joke killer. And I started clowning on her. She was just obnoxious. Oh, I don't like this and I don't like that, and on and on and on. The Netherlands people tend to be a bore, and they tend to be too much in the detail, and they're not fun. But she was like, he's happy. You know, instead of him saying, I'm happy, she told him that he was happy. She was fucking cucking her own husband. But anyway, they were talking about cocaine and how they weren't going to drink today. They're like, why break up the rhythm? We've been wasted the whole trip. And I was like, that's all you did. You wasted your trip. You know, all you do is just go get drunk. You could go stay home and do that on the couch. Why come here if you can't remember it? Why come here if the only highest feeling we can do is go get drunk? Then you're missing out. I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on some cool feelings of kayaking to islands or scuba diving and seeing great white sharks. And or maybe it's not great. What's the big one? The big whale sharks? They're out here. You're not rising and shining. You're destroying the light that's inside you. And I just don't want to destroy the light inside me anymore. It's just been lit, bro. I've been lit to be able to wake up in the morning and take it slow and not have a boss. I've been lit to be able to keep going to these foreign destinations and meeting all these amazing people. It's lit, bro. Your life is lit. Inhale. Inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit, bro. Let that shit go. If it's not creating for you, then it's destroying you. And for sure, you're gonna have the ability to choose. You know, you choose to do something with that energy. Choose to stay at that gym and take a picture with the rock. Who knows what the next 24 hours will bring? And that's what we do. We tend to, as human beings, we tend to fixate. We'll be like, it's always going to be this way. It's not always going to be that way, bro. It's not always going to be so downtrodden and painful. There's another side to life, and I've been through a lot of pain. There's been a lot of tears of blood, sweat, and tears in this business. Saints Addiction was not born without its afflictions. You know what I'm saying? It was like literally, I had to go try to sell addiction brand, and people are like, is that affliction or addiction? And I'm trying to show off my Saints Addiction design right here, you know? But I kept sleeping on the floors at my buddy's, out of my car, or I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was going to make it happen. And that's the difference. Make it happen, Captain. Do something with that energy. Every time when I fell in love with the Russian girl, 10 years ago, every time I thought of her and I was crying by the river, I would go for a run and do something for the business. Every time I thought about her, which was a lot, bro. And I had come from around the world. And there it is. I don't know why it went out alive, but, and he's teaching me these things, and I'm just like, who's this fuck dude? He told me that girl was an anomaly, and next thing I know, I'm back in Colorado, building fences in the forest with a billionaire. I had no idea after my heart act, after my pain, after leaving the island and leaving this dream, that I would be bumping into billionaires pitching my idea for Saints Addiction and having one of my first investors. He was going to bring me a check, and he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. My investor was driving a fucking garbage truck and handed me a check for $3,000 5 different times, bro. He hooked me up with 15 grand to start this business, and that's because his dad died, and his dad's name was named Mark. So I got people to pay back. I got a lot to be grateful for, that I don't have a boss in the morning, that I take my mornings all slow, smoking my weed. I said I want to smoke weed around the world and have beautiful models wearing my shirts and speak multiple languages and lose weight, feel great. Even last night I was telling my friend about the jungle gym, and he was like, listen. He grabbed my hand with both hands. He's like, you can do this, man. You can do this. And that's what I'm saying. Creation over destruction. I started creating the ideas, the Stoner Corner, the Jungle Gym, Shangri-La, my friend's shop name, Shangri-La. And I was like, oh, you stole my name. No, my name's Shangri-La. And I said, yeah, I'm going to make Shangri-La the fucking awesomest, most spot to stay in the jungle. And it's going to be almost high-end bungalows. So they're really just concrete and a little bit of wood, and it's literally just a concrete box, but people pay 50 euros to come stay in the middle of the jungle. 30 bucks, 50 bucks a night, every night, stay a whole fucking month. They don't care. They want the experience, and I want people to have the perspective. So have healthy perspectives, have healthy experiences, make sure that you're creating and not destructing, creating your own life and being an aid to your life instead of drilling holes in your canoe and wondering why you're broke and waking up next to stupid and stupid things are happening. Go make it happen, Captain. Go out on adventures that are healthy. Go meet new people. Get a better circle of influence. You can make your life, and I am living fucking proof. Saints Addiction all day, every day. So that's all my heart from the start. And as always, peace and love and Chigatan. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Is there an X here? No. Is there an X here? Yep. There it is, baby. NRK. I designed these shorts. I designed my life, and this is Saints Addiction. I'm out. I'll see you on the other side. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I be. Peace. Ooh. Another hot one.